Tell me one good thing Kyle Shanahan did this offseason.
Okay, I can do that. I think he handled training camp beautifully, if not perfectly. Maybe not in terms of the quarterbacks, but in terms of the rest of the team. He came off a disastrous mini camp. Well, he never got to mini camp. OTAs, where people got season-ending injuries. The backup left tackle, the backup free safety, Tavarius Moore, Justin School out for the year or for a very long time. And Kyle had to do something about it. And he went way softer in training camp. It was a much less vigorous training camp, and there weren't any season-ending injuries. They're basically, except with the exception of one guy we're going to talk about in a minute, they have all their starters healthy for week one. So that's a good thing. They needed to make a change, and they made a change, and it worked. So he made some good decisions.
If I had to answer that question, I would have answered exactly the same way you did. That he last year, not only earlier in OTAs, but last year, what we know was a disaster with injuries. He's been extremely shrewd, and really, as praise to him, it shows he can learn.
Right. If you remember last year, they started week one against Arizona. Center was their third string center, Hronis Grasu. They were down Weston Richburg and Ben Garland. Debo didn't play. Ayuk didn't play. They kind of came into that game. They limped into that game.
Yeah.
And they really took themselves out, and they lost. They haven't, at least they're not limping into the season for a change. That's great. They're pretty much full strength. That's a great thing for a team that has injury issues.
So we want to praise Kyle for that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what head coaches have to do. They have to identify a problem, take responsibility for it, make some type of adjustment, and go for it. And it worked. He did all those things right. Good for him.